Hey boss, the shift that everybody's been talking about into this 5D, let me show you where to find this shit in real time, nigga.
It is scientifically called a geomagnetic reversal. So what's going on is the Earth's magnetic poles flips. It's flipping. And this is why you have so many geomagnetic storms that is hitting the planet right now. They say it can happen and take place between 2,000 and 7,000 years to complete. But all of this is speculation because you can't calculate this. As in, if you read this article right here, they're telling you that the paleomagnetic studies have shown that polarity reversals of Earth's magnetic field are not periodic and cannot be predicted. They can't predict this stuff. It happens when it happens. It's another word for what people refer to, and they call them phenomenons. Man can't cause for this. When it happens, and human beings have to deal with it. You have to react to it in a certain way because your whole composition, anatomy composition, is built up of chemical reactions. So you have to find a way to react to it, just like a natural disaster. You don't create that. Something else makes that within the atmosphere and the environment and things of that nature, which has also an adverse effect on not just the human anatomy and neurochemistry. I wanted to show you that to show you to don't really pay attention to that because they can give you amount of time, but they don't really know themselves. They just give you an estimate, right? So what it does though is during the flip, the magnetic field weakens. This is why your magnetosphere is weakening. That's why they're telling you that there's going to be increased geomagnetic storms. And if you keep reading, it tells you leading to increased exposure of Earth's atmosphere. That's why your magnetosphere is depleting to solar wind and cosmic rays. This is why Dr. Sebi and a lot of other people were pushing the alkaline diet because the shift between these poles, the geomagnetic reversal, is taking place. So when you do this, you have to make sure you're alkaline or else your body won't be able to adapt to these rays, which is a bunch of photons hitting your body, which can have various effects on technology and living organisms. You are a living organism, okay? So this is gonna mess with your genetic alteration. It might cause for activation and for some people deactivation, okay? And then technology, this is why y'all wonder why all these power outages is going on. I also know a lot of y'all been experiencing earthquakes. It's been so much upscale in earthquakes this whole year and these past couple years. Facts. But the various effects on technology, this is why, yes, you see a lot of power outages going out. You see a lot of these natural disasters occurring because it's having an adverse effect on your atmosphere as well, causing for things to cause havoc or things to be unstabilized. That's why it says the Earth's inner core has reversed its rotation relative to the surface because of that geomagnetic reversal. And it's important to note that they stated this, the core slowed down after 2010 and now moves in reverse. In 2010, that's when it really would start taking place too. When we enter the year Y2K as well, that's when you really start noticing this stuff starts happening. These are only estimates about. 2010 is about time. These are estimates, okay? They don't really know what's going on. They're only trying to give you some type of stanza on what's going on and how it's happening, okay? And for all my physicists out there, they know unless there's any adverse effect that's pulling for a thing that's moving a certain way to go the opposite way, it's gonna go the same way that thing is pulling towards, right? So this is why this slowed down as the Earth was moving and as it was shifting in, where this is where you also get where people talking about 2012 as well, because scientists had been knowing what was going on with the Earth and what was going to take place, and they didn't know how to explain it to people. Also didn't know how to estimate it because they don't know exactly how it's going to happen. That's usually how things are in nature. You don't really know exactly what's going to happen. You just know something may occur due to your calculations and things of that. So when you look at and now it moves in reverse, you start to see that because of that shift taking place, even your inner core is not moving the same way. It's starting to literally move the way that your Earth is shifting. So all of this gets and plays a fact into that shift that everybody's talking about as well. Now, additionally, the alignment of magnetic north and south will interchange, okay? They're basically saying they will flip or switch or shift, okay? This is the shift, which could disrupt navigation systems that rely on magnetic compasses. So like phones, all this stuff relies on magnetic compasses, okay? Your phone is made with magnetic particles, and not only made with magnetism, your phone is also using crystals, okay? So those also contain magnetic properties within them, okay? Just like this computer, just like your TV. So it's important for you to know this stuff because if you don't know this stuff and this stuff keeps happening, you won't know what's going on and your reaction to it won't be the right thing that you need to do to get through it, okay? So yes, here you go, geomagnetic reversal, boom.
And to make this clear, do not fear this stuff. It's gonna happen and you can't do shit about it. I'm sorry to make you feel so pointless and useless, but it's some of the things that man just can't do. You know, it has to have some other type of power or some other type of force to cause for it to do, okay? But I say love and peace to you. Yeah.